This video was shared recently on TikTok by a man who claims the place where he lives is actively paranormal. One night, while he was out on his porch checking on his chickens, he began to hear voices rising from the darkness. He immediately went to investigate the source of the sound, camera in hand. The property was supposed to be empty, but the night air was thick with a presence that shouldn't have been there.
I just walked off the porch and I came out here to check on the chickens. I just heard, first off, I heard my name. Second off, it sounded like somebody was saying, help me. Hold on. Hey. Help me. I need help. Aaron, can you help me?
In the recording, a voice can be heard clearly crying out for help, though the surrounding darkness reveals absolutely nothing. The voice pleads for assistance multiple times, sounding desperate and eerily close. The next day, he returned to the exact spot where he heard the voices to show his followers the location, when something unexpected happened. As he stands in the daylight, it becomes clear that whatever was calling out from the shadows hasn't left the property.
This is the spot right here. Exactly the spot. There's the trap. Is where everybody says standing. I couldn't see it while standing just about over there. There we go. And so we keep this stuff like this locked. We keep stuff like this locked because, like I said, crackheads. Let's check to make sure it's locked. Door's locked. This is the trailer that I was worried about. Do you fucking see that, bro? Look, I'm telling you, bro. What the fuck? Okay, we're just gonna peek in. Oh my, what the fuck? There's fucking walking around in this motherfucker, bro. Hello? Guess we're gonna have to climb in this motherfucker. Probably should have brought my gun. Hello?
The weathered door begins to pivot inward with a slow, deliberate crawl that defies the heavy stillness of the afternoon. There is no wind to account for the movement, only a silent invitation from the dark interior. As he cautiously moves closer to investigate the opening, the door suddenly reverses direction with a violent, bone-shaking force. It slams shut so hard the entire frame vibrates, a physical manifestation of pure aggression. This brutal reaction, combined with the vocal mimicry heard hours before, points toward a malevolent entity that has claimed this derelict structure as its territory. Do you believe this unexplained footage was a warning to stay away, or is the presence actively hunting those who wander too close to its lair?
Okay, we're just gonna peek in. Oh my, what the?
This creator posted on TikTok after finding a camera that shouldn't have been there. Since that discovery, her home has become a theater for the unexplained, filled with experiences that defy logic. On a day when she was supposedly alone, the familiar voice of her sister echoed from the depths of the house. Compelled to investigate, she began recording as she crossed the threshold into the building. What she captured is a terrifying testament to a haunting that refuses to remain silent.
I don't know why the lights are on, but I'm going inside of this house. I just heard my sister's voice, and I'm sick of this. And I need to figure out what's going on so I can put a stop to it. The fuck? Why is this chair in the middle of the floor?
The footage follows the creator as she navigates through the quiet rooms of the house. As she enters a space crowded with seating, the atmosphere shifts instantly. Without warning, a heavy chair positioned against the wall is thrust forward with violent force, sliding toward her across the floorboards. There is no one visible near the object and no strings to be seen. This sudden, physical interaction suggests a poltergeist presence that is capable of manipulating the environment at will. Later, in the stark lighting of what appears to be a parking garage, another incident occurred that further solidified her fear.
I was walking out of my apartment. And look. You see that? You see that shadow? It's following me.
A dark figure is visible peering from behind the rear of the red vehicle. This manifestation remains perfectly still, half hidden by the car's frame, watching her from the gloom. She explains that this entity has been following her relentlessly since finding that camera, and the previous incident where a chair slid toward her suggests a malevolent attachment. Do you believe this presence is truly bound to her? Or is there a more logical explanation for what was lurking in that garage?
Why is this chair?
In November of 2025, a solitary adventurer named Dees was deep in the woods late at night, attempting to record the introduction for her latest video. Dedicated to capturing the paranormal, she insisted she wasn't frightened, only slightly nervous as the silence of the forest pressed in around her. However, the quiet was shattered when a sudden sound erupted from the undergrowth. What was intended to be a simple setup quickly became a terrifying encounter with the unknown.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna sit here, guys. I've started the camera up like 18 times and done an intro. I just don't know. Nothing's really happening. I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm nervous, but... I'm hearing noises, dude. I don't know if it's clicking. I can't hear it. It's like a low. Hello? Oh, it's by my car. Oh my god, dude. Why is my thing going faint? Stop. Okay, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go. What is that?
While recording her intro, Dees hears something running rapidly through the grass nearby. She quickly aims her flashlight, desperate to identify the source of the noise. As she stands up, a pale, white figure can be seen observing her from the shadows. Unaware of the intruder at first, she continues on to a different trail, hoping to find more evidence for her video. However, the same manifestation appears again, this time closing the distance between them. This entity does not resemble any known animal. It possesses a human form but is entirely white, suggesting it is a manifestation of something far more sinister. Do you think this was a physical intruder or something supernatural? If you love the thrill of the unknown, subscribe for more spine-chilling content just like this. There's more to see, so let's get back to the clips. Organist Anna was alone at 2:30 in the morning, practicing inside the vast, hollow interior of a cathedral. The lights were on, and the massive instrument filled the silent space with sound, just as it did during her normal routine. However, the atmosphere shifted instantly when the solitude was broken by sounds that shouldn't have been there. What Anna recorded during her practice session is a series of events that would leave most people paralyzed with fear.
guys. I love you all. Please don't do this in the middle of the night. It's really scary. It's 2:30 in the morning and someone's trying to get in. That is. I know they can't get in, but it is still scary.
Out of nowhere, the distinct sound of multiple footsteps running echoes through the cathedral. Almost immediately after, the lights positioned behind a heavy black curtain are extinguished, despite Anna being the only person inside the building. Moments later, a door is violently thrown open with a sequence of heavy, rhythmic strikes. The sheer aggression of the sound suggests a presence that is far from peaceful. Since she was officially alone, there is no logical reason for the lights to fail or the doors to react with such violence. What do you believe was sharing the cathedral with her that night? After a long day at work, Dom decided to head to her newly rented storage unit to organize her belongings. It was late, and the corridors were mostly silent, illuminated only by the sterile hum of overhead lights. While moving through the aisles, a subtle movement at the far end of a long hallway caught her attention. Being alone in such a windowless space can play tricks on the mind, but the footage she captured suggests something much more tangible was lurking in the dark.
I'm over here at the storage, and I don't know if it's me, but y'all tell me I don't see that. Oh no. I don't know if it's just a fan like going in and out, but the fuck is that? Duh. Maybe I'm bugging. No, I know y'all just see that, right? Oh!
Deep at the end of the corridor, a dark figure is clearly visible as it peeks out from behind a corner multiple times. Dom mentions it could potentially be the rhythmic motion of a distant fan, but the movement appears much more deliberate and erratic. She chose not to approach the area to confirm, as the isolation of the facility made the situation feel increasingly unsafe. This subtle but rhythmic manifestation persists throughout the recording, as if a silhouette is monitoring her progress from the shadows. The facility was supposed to be secure, yet this presence suggests she was far from alone. Do you think this is a genuine entity, or is there a logical explanation for what was peeking out from the hall?
No, I know y'all just see that, right?
Working in a retirement home is often a deeply rewarding experience for those dedicated to caring for others. But for this man, the facility offered far more than just a sense of fulfillment. He claims to have witnessed a variety of paranormal events, including objects moving on their own and music playing in empty rooms. One night, while working the late shift, he began to hear noises echoing through the hallways. Without a second thought, he began recording to document the disturbance.
I am hearing shit. And it sounds like me. Oh my god, this place. I don't think it's Caleb. Hello. That's me.
A soft whisper asking, "What are you doing?" is heard at the very beginning of the recording. The man hears it and notes that the voice sounds exactly like his own, as if a mimic entity were present in the building. As he explores the facility, multiple unidentifiable whispers are heard around him. At one point, while near the counter, another close whisper occurs right after he says hello.
Hello.
This presence appears to be following him through the halls, making the encounter increasingly oppressive. To be pursued by a voice that mirrors your own is a chilling prospect. Do you think this is a genuine manifestation, or just an audio trick for viral attention?
Hearing shit.
In February of 2026, a family was asleep in their home, oblivious to the strange events being captured by their security system. One camera monitored a bedroom where everyone appeared to be resting peacefully, while another was positioned in the kitchen. It was only when they checked the recording alerts the following morning that they discovered something terrifying had occurred while they slept. What the cameras recorded is one of the most chilling EVP incidents caught this year. As the family slept, a voice can be heard whispering nanang in Filipino. The video description clarifies that this camera is only capable of recording sound, not emitting it. 3 hours later, the same voice speaks again, saying Len. This prompted the other daughter, who was in a different room, to get up and search for the source of the voice, only to find the living area completely empty. The bedroom camera simultaneously records the same voice saying Len, while the family remains visibly asleep. This incident suggests a presence was moving between the rooms, calling out to the inhabitants while they were most vulnerable. To have your own name whispered by an unseen intruder in the middle of the night is a truly disturbing experience. In January of 2026, Paloma was recording a simple video for her friend, unaware that her safe environment was about to be compromised. Everything seemed perfectly normal as she filmed herself inviting her friend over to her home. It was only when her friend reviewed the footage later that they realized she had inadvertently captured something stalking her from the shadows. The mundane reality of her room was masking a presence that was as silent as it was predatory. This recording serves as a terrifying reminder that we are rarely as alone as we think.
But yeah, it was super fun. Yeah, I'll see if you can come over in a bit. You should bring your dog. Your dog's really, really big and cute. Nope. Mom?
Inside the closet, a figure emerges from the absolute darkness to observe her. Paloma remains completely oblivious to the intruder just a few feet away. This pale manifestation hides and reappears several times, seemingly tracking her movements from within the wardrobe. The creature's movements are slow and deliberate, suggesting it was waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. Do you think this was a physical intruder, or was Paloma sharing her room with something supernatural? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
No. Mom?
Moises was spending a quiet night in the park with his wife, simply enjoying a peaceful moment together away from the noise of the city. He mentions they were completely alone in the area when a sudden movement nearby caught both of their attention. Compelled by curiosity and a growing sense of unease, they decided to start recording the surrounding fitness equipment. In the stillness of the night, the playground had taken on a life of its own.
Ay, pues se prendió. Pero miren, chequen nomás. Estamos solos, no hay nadie aquí en la presa. Aquí vinimos de nuevo para checar otra vez lo del mentado árbol que habíamos, de susodicho árbol. No, pero pues la neta, esta vez la verdad no quisimos bajar, ni quisimos, miren, aquí estamos yo y mi esposa, y pues la neta esta vez no quisimos bajar, por precaución, porque no sabemos qué es lo que puede haber ahí. Entonces mejor nos quedamos aquí, pero ahí se mira donde está solo. Miren, ahí están los juegos, donde está nada prácticamente. Ay, no mames. Mira. No me jodas. Ay, nomás chequen ustedes, miren. No, vámonos mejor. Vámonos. No, esto no está bien. Vámonos. Aquí definitivamente sí hay algo. Ay, nomás chequen, juzguen ustedes. Y mira, y nomás ese aparato es el que está. Nomás ese aparato es el que se está moviendo. No, sí está cañón. Vámonos mejor. No, vámonos ya. Bueno, nos vemos. Aquí ya mejor ya. Hay que dejarlos a gusto a los fantasmitas que estén haciendo ejercicio. Bueno, vámonos mejor. No está. Vámonos. Bye.
The treadmill begins to move out of nowhere, as if an invisible occupant were using the machine for exercise. While skeptics often suggest the wind is responsible, a heavy object of this weight would not be moved easily by a simple breeze, especially since the adjacent equipment remains perfectly still. The machine moves with a rhythmic, forceful cadence, suggesting a deliberate physical interaction by a presence that remains completely invisible to the camera. This persistent manifestation continues throughout the recording, as if the entity were following a structured routine. To witness such heavy equipment being operated by an unseen force in a deserted park is a chilling experience. Do you think this is a genuine haunting? Or is there a logical explanation for the treadmill's motion?
Mira. No me jodas. Ay, no macho.
From the pale figure stalking Paloma in her own bedroom to the treadmill moving on its own in a deserted park, these moments suggest a disturbing paranormal reality. Each of these clips represents terrifying, unexplained footage that challenges our understanding of the world. Subscribe so you never miss an upload, and trust us, what's on your screen right now is even harder to explain.